Welcome to Biggest Spoilars, the destination for exclusive spoilers, latest updates.
General Hospital spoilers for the coming 3 weeks, January 5th to January 23rd, reveal that Jason Morgan and Carly Spencer will have a showdown with Drew Kane while Anna Devane's escape attempt backfires. The week of January 5th to 9th will back Britt Westbourne into Jack Brennan's corner now that he's done what she asked and arranged for her medical license to be reinstated. As for Carly, she'll supposedly try to get Brennan concentrated on Anna and the possibility that Valentine Cassadine could have reached out to her. In reality, Valentine will still be in Carly's garret, where he may scold Charlotte Cassadine if she makes an alternate visit and adds to the adventure they're all taking. Carly and Valentine will also do some brainstorming as they come up with a fresh plan, so stay tuned for updates on their coming move against Brennan. After Laura Collins convinces Kevin Collins to take Ace Cassadine to Dublin, she'll be glad to have them both out of city since Jen Sidwell remains a disturbing trouble. Christina Corinthos Davis will try to arrange for Jacinda Bracken to get out of city for a different reason. Although Christina will want to help her avoid a testing, Jacinda will indeed take the substantiation stage. That'll come after Michael Corinthos' evidence, so Jacinda may wind up contradicting his story and admitting she was with Ezra Boyle the night Drew got shot. Michael and Tracy Quartermaine may be shamefaced of perjury by the end of all this. Alexis Davis will clearly do everything in her power to make Michael look shamefaced in the eyes of the jury. Tracy will blow up at Alexis over her strategy, but Alexis will stand her ground since this might be Willow's only stopgap of getting vindicated. As the trial winds down, Alexis will do commodity incredibly parlous. Although Alexis preliminarily shut down the idea of Willow attesting, she may delve in and let Willow tell her side of the story. Tracy will eventually conclude commodity that stuns her just before Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor have a shooter consummation, so the big reveal is on the way. All the adulatory suggestions so far point to Willow truly being the shamefaced party, but Drew presumably wouldn't flash back that right now. Drew's temper will flare in the meantime, so he might be angry with Ezra for not coming forward to disagreement Michael's justification sooner. Drew will also have a showdown with Carly and Jason, so that's only going to rile him up indeed more. During the week of January 12th to 16th, Kai and Trina may make a pact of silence regarding Willow's guilt if they indeed suspect she's responsible. The Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star ringtone is bound to be significant then. Brooklyn Quartermaine will have good reasons to be concerned about Harrison Chase and his recent suspense in the midst of all the trial chaos. Cody Bell and Molly Lansing will also grow closer as they hopefully agree on whether they want to officially be a couple. As for Jason, he'll encourage Britt to go on a date with him and try to tear down her walls. Once Willow is presumably acquitted, Drew may promise they'll work on getting her kitties back. It's easy to imagine Drew hotting to Willow and the rest of their lives together, but further trouble is ahead. Back with Alexis, will Drew go back on his deal despite her court palm? The week of January 19th to 23rd could bring some backstabbings and lapses. Drew may find out about that interdicted Danny Morgan visit over the leaves and use it to call off their Scout Quartermaine agreement. Meanwhile, it looks like the Bobbies will take a near look at Michael due to his fake justification, perjury, and everything additional Alexis brought up in court. Michael's going to fall under dubitation and may resolve from Jacinda as well, but Christina Corinthos Davis will befriend Jacinda and offer some help. Eventually, Anna's attempt to make a quick flight will incense her convicts and force a backup plan to be put in stir. General Hospital spoilers say the coming 3 weeks will be packed with action, so stay tuned for all the thrilling news ahead. Hey, General Hospital suckers, we've got a brand new leak that may be about addict favorite Kelly Monaco and her now dead character, Sam McCall, coming back. The leak also hints that a leading man is going to be written off of the ABC cleaner. This is a brand new leak from our source who's historically veritably dependable. They've a really good track record. And a lot of the leaks they participated have been right on the plutocrat. Of course, not every leak kissers out, but this is the same leaker that revealed Cyrus Renaud was Sam McCall's killer way before it came out on the show. We also blurted through them that Monica Quartermaine's family was Erica Slezak and that Kirsten Storms was taking a long leave of absence. To be crystal clear, this isn't a spoiler yet, it's a scuttlebutt, a leak, and a possibility. But it's a good bone. Reliable sources hint at Frank Valentini reaching out to former General Hospital star. I love to partake leaks with you guys. And I'd be thrilled if this really happened. First, let's talk about whether Sam is coming back. And also we will bandy the actor's exit. The scuttlebutt doesn't name names, but it refers to a leading lady, her former scene mate, and the administrative patron. That last bit is easy to figure out because the leak is pertaining to Frank Valentini. He's the Joe behind the big opinions at General Hospital, including who gets hired, who gets fired, and who gets rehired after they were fired. Scuttlebutt has it that showrunner Frank Valentini has been reaching out to a leading lady and eating crow to get her to come back. The leak went on to say that the actress's former leading man is bivouacked out in the superintendent's office obliging him about it. Analyzing the scene mates, could Steve Burton or Dom Zamprogna influence the GH return? The big question is who's the leading lady that's the subject of the scuttlebutt, and who's the scene mate? It could veritably well be Kelly Monaco, and the leak may be about her possible return to General Hospital as Sam. However, there are two former scene mates who could be the bones. Chiving administrative patron Frank Valentini, if the scuttlebutt is true and it's about Kelly Monaco. One could be Steve Burton, because Jason Morgan and Sam were a super couple and they were each other's primary scene mates before Burton left a many times agone. Before his return, still, Kelly Monaco was paired with Dom Zamprogna. There's a big pile of Dante Falconeri and Sam suckers out there, so perhaps it's Dom who wants Kelly back since Dante's not paired with anybody right now. He and Sam were great together and had a lot of followers. The Save Kelly movement and the eating crow rumors girding Sam McCall. The scuttlebutt says that on the Friday before Christmas, the patron swallowed his pride and called to ask the actress to come back to the ABC cleaner pieces. Her scene mate has reportedly prayed the administrative patron to bring her back. Another red flag pointing to Kelly Monaco is the expression eating crow. That implies justifications and a reason to supplicate. That would make sense given how she was suddenly fired and Sam was killed off after further than 2 decades on the show. Bringing back Kelly Monaco would be a massive boost to conditions. Her suckers haven't given up stopgap. Since the word came out last time that Kelly Monaco was leaving General Hospital, suckers have used Desires, a billboard in Times Square, and indeed a truck with Sam's face on it to try and get the powers that be to stop. Indeed now, hashtags like hashtag I stand with Kelly and hashtag Kelly Monaco New Year's Wish are still trending. How GH could revitalize Sam McCall from the dead Kelly Monaco? No way did the tell all she promised. She said she was going to say what really happened behind the scenes that led to her exit. Perhaps she decided not to throw that stunner in case she had the chance to come back one day. As for bringing Sam back from the dead, it's completely presumptive. General Hospital just revivified Britt Westbourne and Nathan West. We've seen Caesar Faison and Peter August potentially survive as well. The same people who saved Britt might have saved Sam to use her as influence against Jason. Or, the WSB might have saved Sam since Jack Brennan wants Jason to join them as an agent. Plus, it would be great to have her back so she could catch Scout Kane down from her poisonous partner, Drew Kane Quartermain. Shocking General Hospital exit. Is Harrison Chase leaving Port Charles? Indeed, if the leak is true and Frank Valentini is calling Kelly Monaco, that doesn't mean she'd agree to it. We'll have to see if this goes from scuttlebutt to spoiler. Now, let's talk about the leading man who the leak said is leaving. Scuttlebutt also has it that Harrison Chase is being written off of General Hospital. However, that would be veritably intriguing, if so. Brooklyn Quartermain and Chase are in a rough spot in their marriage. He's devoted to exculpating Willow Tate, and he thinks Michael, Brooklyn's family, is the likely firing malefactor. Chase and Brooklyn also put their relinquishment plans on hold, which is another source of frustration. There have indeed been hints that Dante and Brooklyn might spark. We could also see Chase injured in the line of duty, given that Jen Sidwell is about to make Port Charles a lot more dangerous. For now, the leak is simply that we may eventually get Sam back and we may lose Chase. This is a scuttlebutt and a leak, not yet a spoiler. I'll let you know if we get sanctioned word on any of it. Port Charles has been holding its breath for weeks, hearts suspended in a mix of fear, curiosity, and hope. Sonny Corinthos, the city's most powerful mob boss, a man whose presence commands respect and fear in equal measure, has been quietly, almost mysteriously, navigating a new chapter in his personal life. For years, his love life has been as dramatic as his business dealings, filled with heartbreak, loyalty tests, and betrayals that echo through every corner of the city. But now, the whispers have stopped. The suspense has ended. The identity of Sonny's new girlfriend has finally been revealed, and the fallout promises to shake Port Charles to its very core. The revelation comes at a time when the city is already on edge. Tensions at the docks, the ongoing Corinthos family drama, and the lingering threats from old enemies have created a delicate balance between order and chaos. Yet, amid this storm, Sonny has found someone who has captured his heart, or at least, someone whose presence cannot be ignored. The baptism of their relationship has begun, a symbolic gesture of hope and renewal that could either heal old wounds or ignite new conflicts. The ceremony, held in the quiet sanctuary of St. Teresa's, is meant to be a peaceful affair. Gentle words of encouragement, prayers of guidance, and the soft murmur of the congregation are intended to offer support to Sonny and his new partner. The symbolism is not lost on anyone present: the water that washes away the past, the blessings that promise a fresh start, the embrace of faith and community. Yet, in Port Charles, peace is always temporary. Beneath the surface, anger simmers, and threats linger like storm clouds on the horizon. Inside the church, every character is bracing for what comes next. Sonny's friends and family offer cautious encouragement, knowing full well the city's underworld rarely allows for normalcy. Carly Corinthos, torn between concern and curiosity, whispers to a trusted confidant about the implications. Michael Corinthos, ever vigilant, studies the situation with sharp eyes, sensing that danger may be closer than it appears. Even unlikely observers, like the Corinthos family rivalries or Sonny's longtime enemies, are quietly analyzing, planning, waiting for the moment to strike. In Port Charles, news spreads quickly, and when it involves Sonny, it spreads like wildfire. Encouraging words are exchanged in hushed tones, not just for Sonny and his new girlfriend, but for everyone in attendance. The preacher speaks of trust, of second chances, and of the courage required to embrace love after heartbreak. For some, it is a genuine message of hope. For others, it is a thin veil over deeper scheming, a reminder that in this city, the boundaries between support and manipulation are always blurred. Each encouraging word echoes differently depending on the listener, offering solace to some and fuel to others. Then, the first sparks of anger emerge. Among the congregation, familiar faces register tension and disapproval. People who expected Sonny to remain untouchable, untethered by new romantic entanglements, find themselves unnerved. Threats, subtle yet unmistakable, are whispered in corners, aimed not at Sonny directly but at anyone close enough to influence him. The city's underground recognizes a vulnerability when they see one, and the identity of this new girlfriend is enough to trigger jealousy, resentment, and calculated intimidation. Port Charles's criminal and social elite alike begin maneuvering, weighing the risks of this unexpected development. As the ceremony progresses, eyes shift constantly. The new girlfriend, whose identity until now had been a closely guarded secret, steps forward into the light. Her presence is commanding, yet gentle. There is an aura of strength that seems to rival Sonny's own, and a quiet confidence that invites both admiration and suspicion. The whispers begin immediately: who is she? How did she capture the attention of the city's most powerful man? And most importantly, what consequences will this new relationship bring to everyone involved? Sonny watches her closely, a mixture of pride, protectiveness, and apprehension in his gaze. He knows the city, the threats, and the unpredictable nature of Port Charles's undercurrents. To him, revealing this relationship is not just an act of love, it is a declaration of intent. Encouraging words spoken in the ceremony, promises of loyalty and unity, resonate deeply with him, but so does the awareness that anger and danger lurk nearby. Every glance from his inner circle, every whispered warning, serves as a reminder that in Port Charles, love and peril are inseparable. Meanwhile, the ripple effects are immediate. Carly, who has spent years navigating Sunny's complex emotional world, finds herself caught between loyalty and skepticism. Michael, whose protective instincts are heightened, begins quietly investigating every possible risk to his father's happiness. Others, less friendly or perhaps driven by jealousy, issue veiled threats, promising consequences should this relationship upset the delicate balance of power. The tension escalates not with physical violence, but with the potent energy of words, alliances, and threats that pierce deeper than any bullet. Port Charles's social scene becomes a minefield. Everyone is talking about Sunny's new relationship, each discussion layered with speculation, judgment, and unspoken menace. In the Corinthos family, trust is tested. Long-standing allies weigh loyalty against practicality. Old enemies calculate the impact of this new union. And in the shadows, those who thrive on chaos see opportunity, the perfect moment to destabilize the powerful man at the center of the city's heart. Encouraging words continue to flow during the baptism, yet each word is loaded with context. For Sunny, they are a source of hope, a reminder that love can survive even in a city defined by betrayal and violence. For the observers, these words are a gauntlet, a test of reaction, a subtle gauge of how far they can push boundaries without sparking disaster. The ceremony, ostensibly a symbol of rebirth, becomes a tense balancing act between faith, love, and the inevitable conflict lurking just outside the sanctuary walls. Soon, angry confrontations emerge. One figure, unable to contain jealousy and suspicion, corners Sunny's new girlfriend with accusations disguised as concern. The air is thick with tension, each word a dagger, each movement calculated to intimidate. The response is firm, measured, yet unyielding, signaling that this new relationship is not for the faint of heart. In Port Charles, courage is tested not only in the streets but in moments like these, where threats and loyalty clash beneath the veil of civility. Sunny, aware of the confrontation, intervenes with controlled fury. His protective instincts flare, his presence alone enough to momentarily halt the verbal assault. Encouraging words of reassurance are offered to his girlfriend, blending love with warning. The message is clear: while the baptism symbolizes new beginnings, there is no tolerance for threats against those he cares for. In this moment, the ceremony transcends tradition, it becomes a declaration of boundaries, a warning shot to anyone daring to disrupt what Sunny has chosen to protect. As Port Charles adjusts to this revelation, the implications grow increasingly complex. Allies who once acted silently now voice opinions openly. Rivals assess vulnerabilities and opportunities. Even distant observers, with no immediate stake, feel the gravitational pull of Sunny's choices. In a city defined by interconnected lives, every action has consequences, and the revelation of Sunny's new relationship sets off a chain reaction that touches every corner of the social and criminal spheres alike. And yet, amid the tension, the baptism ceremony provides moments of genuine hope. Encouraging words, spoken with sincerity by loved ones, mentors, and friends, remind everyone present of the potential for growth, forgiveness, and resilience. They highlight the courage required to step into love, the bravery it takes to embrace trust after betrayal, and the human capacity to seek redemption even in a city fraught with danger. For Sunny and his girlfriend, these words are more than comfort, they are affirmation, a reminder that together they can navigate both love and peril. But Port Charles never allows peace to last long. Angry threats, simmering resentments, and the calculated movements of unseen players ensure that the drama is far from over. One misstep, one whispered insult, one breach of trust could reignite conflicts that have lain dormant for years. Sunny's relationship is no longer private, it is a statement, a challenge, and, inevitably, a target. The baptism may signify a beginning, but in this city, every beginning carries risk. In the coming days, the consequences of this revelation will unfold. Conversations will turn into confrontations, whispers into warnings, and encouraging words into desperate pleas. The city's residents, both allies and enemies, will be forced to re-evaluate their positions, consider their loyalties, and confront the truth that Sunny Corinthos' personal life is never just personal. The ripples of love, jealousy, and power extend far beyond the sanctuary walls, touching every corner of Port Charles and setting the stage for drama that is both emotional and dangerous. And yet, amid the turmoil, one truth remains: Sunny's choice reflects resilience and courage. In a world filled with betrayal, danger, and loss, the willingness to embrace love, despite the threats, is a testament to strength, faith, and the enduring power of the human heart. For those who witness this union, the baptism is more than ritual, it is inspiration, a lesson in navigating life's storms while holding on to hope. As night falls over Port Charles, the city breathes with tension, anticipation, and unspoken questions. Who will accept this new chapter? Who will resist it? And who will attempt to destabilize it, underestimating the bond between Sunny and his new love? In a city where secrets fester and power dynamics shift constantly, the answers will not come quietly. They will come with consequences, confrontations, and, inevitably, more drama that tests every relationship, every alliance, and every heart in Port Charles.